Hi, this is Sharia for Spark Week 3 update. I'm working with Professor Kaigo Kawaji at the IIT Department of Biomedical Engineering. I'm working with Avinash, Chloe, Ishika, Sanvi, and Shanaksi. And just a recap of what we've learned about so far, we're working with plant decellularization to make tissue engineering scaffolds using the Crossing Kingdoms paper that you can find online using that paper name. And these scaffolds can be used for many different surgical procedures, such as skin grafts. And what deceleration actually is, it's just the removal of organic material that we're doing it specifically with plants. And different plants have different geometries, so we're trying out different plants like spinach, parsley, and kale with my first batch. And we finished our first batch, and what conclusions we got out of, which I introduced in my previous video, was vascular network, lignin concentration, waxy cuticles, tissue density, and cell wall that we need to watch out for batch 2. And these are some of the pictures from batch 1. The first picture is without any of the solutions. Second picture is after deceleration is done, where you can see some of the plants is still like tinted, but it's like transparent. And then we bleached it, so the kale here is like white, and that shows like a very stark difference. And in the fourth picture, I dried out my kale to preserve it, and it has kind of shriveled up, which is a big difference too. So for batch 2, I did cabbage, apple, and cherry, and I had the same concentrations of SDS and bleach. If you see some of the other videos in my group, some of them tried out different concentrations. I do have a different volume though, of like all the concentrations together. I'm doing less volume this time, and I'm also freezing after decellularization. So the first in the left here, this is cherry, and a lot of the liquid from the cherry leaked out, so it's very like red, which is different from the other two jars. In the middle here is cabbage, and the right is apple. So after bleaching, the biggest difference is cabbage on the right is fully white, so it became like bleached really fast. And apple and cherry are going slower, and I'm not sure if they would work, but apple is like barely white, and cherry looks kind of interesting. This is before bleaching. These are all the frozen versions, and I just took a picture of them for documentary. And my future plans are tomorrow we're going to the trip slash tour to Northwestern University, also known as Antec. We're going to start a batch 3 after creating a standard procedure after discussing our findings with our whole group. I still have to complete my IIT safety training, and we'll go to weekly trips to Fulton Labs to do wet lab, and we'll use computational methods and instruments to test our scaffolds. That's it. Thank you. See you next week.